Hello and welcome to Sophia Kamau's kitchen, and that is me. Today I'm going to show you how to make my most favorite snack, and this is due to many requests from my viewers and my friends who love it. They want to see how it's made, and it is mandazi. Mandazi is the most common snack in East Africa. We have it also for breakfast, sometimes for lunch and for dinner. So before we go too far, I will show you how to make it. For ingredients, I do have 3 cups of all-purpose flour plus half and or more for rolling the dough. I do have a half cup of sugar. I have 1 teaspoon of cardamom that I will use as a flavoring and how it looks. And I do have 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I will use 1 cup of water and a half cup of oil. Okay, so here I will mix all my dry ingredients. I start with the 3 cups of flour, a half cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of cardamom, as I said, and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I will mix them all up and then make a well in the middle, and then add the half cup of oil, and the 1 cup of water. Another thing I do, it's optional, some people don't like it, I add a pinch of salt. So I'll just go like 1, 2, and that's it, to bring out full flavors of my mandazi. So I will go ahead and fix my pot here into the kneading machine, and then once it is fixed up, I just have to start kneading. And since I am using a machine, mine will be very fast. If you're kneading by hand, yours might be a little slower, so that's okay. So my measurement for the liquid and the flour is enough. I will not need to increase anything, so I'll let my dough knead and then I will show you after this. My dough has been kneading for 2 minutes. It's the magic of the machine, just 2 minutes, and I did not have the need to add water or the oil. 1 cup of water, a half cup of oil was perfect, so I will stop it now. Now I will need to remove this and then divide the dough. This is my dough. It is all good. Now I will flour my surface so that my dough is not sticking. I'll bring it out. It's kind of a really good consistency, but sticky because of sugar. So that's what the sugar does. So I bring it out and then roll it a little bit. And then now I need to divide it. Some little more flour. And then I will divide it. I need to get about, I would say about 8 to 9 pieces of 10 pieces. So it will all depend how big you want your mandazi to be or how small you want them to be. For kids, I used to make them small or for gatherings, but now if it's just for adults, you can make them as big as you wish. And then I will roll the dough to make a ball. So there I have done, and once I do that, I have my extra pot here ready, or you can just put on the surface and then cover, but I like doing this and put the flour and put it there. I'll go ahead with this one. So me, I got 8 dough balls. You just do whatever you have to do to make a ball out of this. Sometimes if you don't know how to do that, you can go like this. You can go like this until you get a round ball. See, it's perfect. That's another way. So, and then I flour it, I put in there. I will continue, and then I will show you when the next step. My dough is already done. These are bigger than how I normally do them. I normally do about 10, but these are 8, so will give me bigger mandazi. So what I will do now, they're ready. I'll let them rest for about 10 minutes to soften again the ball. You can do between 10, 15, not longer than that, because this is baking powder, not the yeast that needs to rise, but this is baking powder. In fact, if you don't have time, you can start doing it instantly and it will work out. So it's about 10 minutes. I do have my oil going on, heating up the oil, and I use a shallow pan so that we can really have a good clear picture. Otherwise I will use a regular pot if you don't have a deep fryer, but today I use a shallow pan so that you can see everything clearly. So here I also have another container or bowl here for draining the excess oil with paper towel, and another bigger tray. After I finish here, I like putting my mandazi in a single layer so that they don't squish each other since they are really hot. And you can use paper towel, but for me, I like saving. I use the inside of the bag that came with the flour. You could use also inside of the bag of sugar. Like the people who live around here know what I'm talking about. There's 2 bags, one the inside bag and then the outside one I threw. My oil seems to have heated up. I was heating while I knew I am about to cook. I will try to see how hot it is. It should show some little bubbles there. You can see, come closer. See, that shows that the oil is hot enough for cooking. Another thing you can do is to take a little dough from here and throw, and it should raise up right away. See, the oil is good. So now I will start doing my mandazi. I had used the oil a day ago, making some for my family here, so that's why it is like that. So now I will show you how I do my dough. I put some flour and then I will roll. And this one, you don't roll it too flat like we do for other stuff, because you want your mandazi to be meaty, and so that will be not a good size to have it. And since I have 8, I want to cook 4 rounds. I'll do 2 at a time just for the demonstration. Otherwise, I always like making more when I have my pot that I always use. So here they are ready. The black dots you see is from the cardamom. I will use my pizza cutter if you need a knife. And then another thing, you can just use a glass to cut, or a cup, or whatever shape you want. But for me, I just use a pizza cutter. I go like that, and I go like that. That's why here in North America, I hear most people, even myself, calling it a African triangle donut. because it's kind of triangle, but you can see the shape of it. So one by one now I will take and throw in the oil, I mean, and you will see how it comes up right away. So careful with the oil, is hot. And the moment one starts swelling like that, it flips, or you flip it, because if you let it, it will be hard for you to flip. So that one flipped by itself, and separate them. This one I have to turn. I have to turn this. I have to flip this one and this one. Otherwise, if you let them puff too much, they will crack and oil will go inside. And then I will flip this one. And then depending on how hot your oil is, you could let it cook for a little bit and then flip it, or just keep on flipping if you are worried for them not to burn. And I will flip the other side. Look at that beautiful color. And then I will flip this other one, the side. Keep doing one at a time until they are all done. Meanwhile, if you can multitask, you go ahead and do the other one. But if you can't, it's okay. Do one batch at a time. But for demonstration, I don't want anything going wrong. That's why I am showing you like this. And then I will flip one more time. I think I am content with the color. The brown I'm getting is good. Some people like it darker brown, or you can have light brown. Some might think that if it's light brown is not cooked, but the oil is hot, so it has cooked through. Now they are ready to be taken out. I will just scoop them out like that, shake excess oil, and put them here on the paper towel to remove the excess oil. As simple as that. So I will go and do the second one. It doesn't take much time. And with practice, you'll become perfect if this is your first time doing this. But it is not hard, really. You just have to practice and never give up. Again, I will cut. If I need another shape, I can use a glass or a cup and cut some other different shapes. I want to show you 2 rounds, then you really see how I'm doing. Or you can throw one at a time. And at every time as you are cooking, make sure to control your cooking setting, because if you leave it too hot, then they will all burn so fast and turn black. And if you don't, you have to be controlling your cooking settings. So that one I really can't control for you, but just observe how it works for you. And now the 2 pieces here have puffed. I will flip. The other one here, I will flip. Now they are all puffed. So just watch not to let them puff until they break. So they are all flipped. Oh, this one was flipped. This is the piece that I had tested. So for some reason, I had not taken it out. And then now I will wait a little bit, then turn them around. So I will continue. I have 4 pieces left, and when we are done, I will show you how everything looks. Now I'm all done, and my mandazi, as you can see, they're here. They look beautiful, and I promise they really taste good. I am known for this mandazi, and this is a promise. You give this a try, I will never let you down with my recipe. So a few things to mention. Most people use the mandazi with coconut milk and cardamom. For me, is my preference. To be honest, when at first I could not find those things when we were new to the country, and so I decided to make my own way. I use plain water, and it has never let me down. And I use baking powder. So instead of plain water, if you want to try something else, it will be coconut oil, or you use water and then other flavorings. Instead of cardamom, you can use the lemon rind or orange rind. You can also use cinnamon if you want to try that. And that's about it. So as I use this paper, see, more is soaking out, and this is how my mandazi look at the end. And I will let them cool down while sitting here and then transfer them to a beautiful plate. But for now, I'll take a piece and show you how it looks inside. It is really soft and meaty. If you don't want yours meaty like this, make it the dough when you're rolling, make it skinner, and it is delicious. And you follow my recipe, you will not be let down, and you can give it a try. Another thing also I will want to mention is that this mandazi I used mostly, you can have it with the tea for breakfast, coffee, hot chocolate, whatever you have, or juice. And then it's a good snack. It's a good party, something for the party. People can be snacking on them. Also lunchtime, if you have nothing else to eat, you could eat the mandazi with whatever, beans or curry stew, whatever you want. For dinner, the same. This is a saver. I never lack this in my household. So I hope you enjoy and you have learned from my demonstration on mandazi. Those who are waiting, there the recipe is there. Go try, give it a try. So please, could you help me spread the word on my Sophia's Kamau channel for cooking? Could you please like, subscribe, and share to your friends and relatives. Until we see you again, thank you very much, and we will see you next time with another exciting food I'll be making. Bye.